好，咁我唔俾時間你哋再做噶啦，我直接講啦。Question number 20. So O is the center of the two concentric circles. A, B, C, M, D, E, and A, P, Q, and R, S are straight lines. And then OM is perpendicular to AE. ON is perpendicular to AS. OM is equal to ON. If CD is equal to 10 cm, so this part is 10. And then RS is equal to 3. And AP is equal to 4 cm. Question asks to find the length of NS. Okay, NS. 嗱呢度咧，我見到即係有好多即係同學咧，即係交咗出去咧，其實咧即係特別喺呢啲兩個 concentric circles 呢度咧，千祈唔可以 assume 咗咧呢一節等於幾節，或者呢一節等於幾節咁樣。OK， 一定要 prove 出嚟嘅，一定要自己計出嚟嘅。即係話咧。兩個 concentric circles 啦，嗱一定係㗎啦，一定啱㗎啦。OK， 如果你做 MC 嘅話咧，你當然就唔使 prove 啦。但係如果做 long track 嘅話咧，呢個 PQ 等於 RS 呢一樣嘢啦，或者係 EC 等於 EE 呢一樣嘢咧，係要 prove 一次出嚟嘅，得唔得？唔可以直接用佢係，唔可以直接話佢係相等咁樣嘅。係啦，如果唔係嘅話咧，我就會必須啲分㗎啦。OK， 誒好啦，跟住 part A。Question asks us to find the length of NS. NS, that is this length. Okay. We have part of NS, that is RS to be 3 cm. If we can find the length of NR, then just add 3 to NR and will be the answer of NS, right? Okay. So our plan now is to find the length of NR. But NR is a part of a chord in the smaller circle. Okay, in a smaller circle. So if we can find the length of the chord QR, then it is actually half of the length of the chord QR. Okay, and in a smaller circle, we have two chords, chord CD and chord QR, and both distance from center are equal. So we can start with equal distance from center. Okay, or chords equal distance to center are equal. Okay, to conclude that chord QR is equal to chord CD first. Okay, so that is like this. 好，我嚟咯。Because we have ON equals OM. This is given. ON equals OM. Therefore, we can say that QR is equal to CD. QR is equal to CD. This is chords equal distance from center are equal. Okay? And they are both equal to 10 cm. Okay? 10 cm. So now I have found that QR is equal to 10 cm. And then, because ON is a line from center perpendicular to the chord QR, therefore it will bisect the chord QR, which means that N is the midpoint of QR. Okay, so NR will be just half of the chord QR. So we are going to say this because ON is perpendicular to QR. Okay, this is a line from center perpendicular to chord. Therefore, we have the result that N is the midpoint, which means that QN and RN are equal to each other. Okay, so that will be line from center perpendicular to chord bisects chord. Okay, and then they will both be equal to 10/2, that is 5 cm. Okay, 抄過嚟先啦。Now we have found that Qn and Rn are both equal to 5 cm. So we are ready to answer the part A. Ns is just equal to Nr plus Rs. Okay, so that will be 5 plus 3. So Ns is equal to 5 plus 3, and that will be equal to 8 cm. And this is the answer of part A.後面睇唔睇到？使唔使放大啲？就係睇唔到，睇到，睇唔到，睇唔到。OK， 我唔應該一次過問兩條相反嘅問題，睇唔睇到？使唔使放大啲？而家得唔得 ？OK， 都睇唔到。嗰隻眼鏡咩啊？下次大家望遠鏡翻。OK， part B AN， 我睇唔到幅圖啦，而家睇先。Question asks us to find AN. AN is this part. We have. I know. It's okay.好，由於我已經拉開咗幅圖啦，所以我要等你抄埋先講啦。抄完俾個顏色我啊。OK 。Okay, let's come back to this. I want to find AN. I want to find the length of AN, but we have AP, which means that if we can find PN, then we can find the answer. But PN belongs to the chord PS, right? And PS is a chord in a larger circle. And we have already found NS. And also we have ONTA, the line from center perpendicular to chord in PS. Therefore, N is also the midpoint of chord PS. OK， 嗱，我哋有陣時咧，即係有兩個 circle 嘅時候咧，我哋有陣時要 focus 喺個 smaller circle 嗰度計數，有陣時咧就要 focus 喺個 larger circle 嗰個計數嘅。頭先 A part 咧主要就係 focus 喺 smaller circle 嗰個計數，而家 B part 咧我就會 focus 喺 larger circle 嗰個計數。OK， 所以呢度咧我哋可以即係我哋喺心裏邊啊就可以 delete 咗個 smaller circle 就係啦，得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，咁而家點樣應該？而家咧，我哋都係用翻同一招 ，because ON is perpendicular to PS, the chord PS. Therefore, we can say that PN is equal to NS. Okay, this is also a line from center perpendicular to chord, bisects chord. Okay, and then they are both equal to 頭先係幾多嚟㗎？頭先係8嚟㗎，8 cm. Okay, so PN is also equal to 8 cm. So let me paste it here first. Okay, and then the answer will be very easy. AN is just equal to 4 plus 8, that is 12 cm. Okay, so AN is equal to 4 plus 8, that is 12 cm. That is the answer of part B. 得唔得？ And then number 21, yes. 抄完未？有冇人未得 ？Number 21 嚟咯。And in the figure, the chord PQ is the perpendicular bisector of the chord AB, and it cuts AB at N. The diameter of the circle is 34 cm, and AB is equal to 16 cm. 嗱，呢個小心啲啊！如果你熟啲 reasons 嘅話咧，你就會知道呢一題咧，其實咧，同埋你細心嘅話咧，就會知道呢題咧，其實你想考慮啲咩咧？有冇留意到咧？我哋冇出現過個 centre 㗎呢一題 ，OK？ There is no center marked in the diagram. Okay? And you cannot assume that PQ is a diameter. Okay? 你唔好一嘢當咗 PQ 咧就係個直徑嚟嘅，但我哋要 prove 佢係直徑嚟嘅。點解啊？因為咧我哋有第三個呢一課裏面第三個 reason， 就係話咧 the perpendicular bisector of chord passes through the center of the circle. AB is a chord, and then PQ is perpendicular to chord and at the same time bisect the chord. So PQ is the perpendicular bisector of the chord AB, and then it will be automatically passing through the center. Okay, the center will be lying on this perpendicular bisector. Okay, 記唔記得呢度我哋有呢一個咁嘅 reason 嘅，即係咁啦。In part A, because PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB, therefore PQ passes through the center. OK， 咁呢個 reason 就係咁啦 ，perpendicular bisector of chord passes through center. OK， 如果 PQ 呢條線係 pass through 個 center 嘅話咧，即係佢就係個 diameter 嚟㗎啦，係嘛？因為咧一個 chord 即係圓形裏邊嘅 chord，OK 可以係咁樣啦，係嘛？跟住可以係點樣啦？跟住最長嗰條 chord 咧就係 diameter， 就係直徑，就係會 pass through center 嗰條 chord 嚟啦。所以咧 PQ 就係一個 diameter 嚟嘅 ，OK。好啦，咁而家想揾咩咧？就係個 distance from the center to AB, which means that the center O is actually the midpoint of PQ. We can let O to be the center of the circle, and it will be the midpoint of the diameter PQ. Okay, so PQ is a diameter, which means that PQ is equal to 34 cm. Okay, because it is a diameter, and then it is given that the diameter is 34 cm, and we also have the chord AB to be 16 cm. Chord AB is 16. Okay, and in part A, the question asks us to find the distance from center to AB. Distance from center to AB, which means center is O, and then it will be the perpendicular distance from O to AB, which is ON. Okay, can you see that? In part A, we are actually finding the length of ON. Okay, the required length is ON. But how can we find this? Because we have found that the diameter is 34 cm, and then so the radius we can set OA or OB to be the radius. Radius is equal to 34 divided by 2. That is 17 cm. Okay, and then we also have, that's right, we also have AN and NB are both equal to 16/2. AN and NB are both equal to 16/2, which is 8 cm. OK， 好啦，咁我哋咧喺呢一個直角三角形裏邊，係咪有咗兩條邊嘅長度啊？咁我哋就會用 Pythagoras theorem 啦，去計翻第三條邊嘅長度，係嘛？即係咁啦。We have OA being 17, AN being 8. Therefore, 17 square is equal to 8 square plus ON square. This is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and then ON should be equal to 15 cm. Therefore, the required distance is 15 cm. And that is the answer of part A. 你計多幾題啦，發現嚟去都係用呢幾招嘅啫。OK。And then part B. Question asks you to find the length of NP, which is very, very easy. Because you have already found the length of ON to be 15 cm, and OP is the radius. OP is the radius of the circle. All radius are equal to 17 cm in this circle, right? So OP is 17, ON is 15, which means that NP will be 17 minus 15. That is 2 cm. Okay, so part B will be easy. We have NP is equal to OP minus ON. OP is the radius, that is 17 cm. ON is the answer of part A, which is 15 cm. So the answer is equal to 2 cm. Can you follow? 嗱，有冇同學跟唔到呢度？暫時。Okay, next one, 22. Charming. Hello. PQ and RS are two parallel chords. PQ is 12 cm and RS is 5 cm. Distance from O to the chord PQ is 2.5 cm. 好啦，呢度咧講到一樣嘢，就係 distance from O to PQ is 2.5 cm， 即係邊一個 distance 咧？我講過啦，一點去一條線嘅 distance 嘅話咧，一定要係 perpendicular distance 嚟嘅。OK， 所以我哋要喺幅圖上面畫出呢個 distance 出嚟嘅話咧，我哋就要畫一條垂直線由個 O 去到 PQ 嗰度嘅咁樣樣。咁但係咧，我今次咧，我唔單止由 O 去 PQ， 我由 O 去到 PQ， 再穿過 PQ 去埋 RS 嗰度畫一條線係咁樣樣嘅。OK， 即係 I'm going to draw a line from O to RS. Okay, where this is perpendicular, this is also perpendicular. Okay, because these two chords are parallel. So if this line is perpendicular to one chord, then it will also be perpendicular to the other chord. It's okay? Because these two chords are parallel to each other. Okay? Let me call these 2 points, point M and point N. 嗱，我哋做呢啲圖形題嘅時候咧，好多時我哋要加線啊、加點嘅話咧，咁我哋最緊要即係有時咧，我哋有個 point 有個名嘅話咧，我哋做寫 solution 嘅時候咧，先會好寫啲嘅，先容易 present 啲嘅。咁我哋即係改名嘅時候咧，咁就即係記得即係我哋寫加線嘅時候咧，記得改翻個名啦，咁樣。好啦，咁而家即係邊一個係 2.5 啊？即係 OM should be equal to 2.5 cm. It's okay? OM is equal to 2.5 cm. And then in part A, the question asks you to find the radius of the circle. Do we have any radius? Let us join OP. Sorry. I'm going to find the length of OP. It's okay? OP is the radius of the circle. Of course, you can find OQ, OR, and OS, right? But this time, we have OM being 2.5 cm because this is the distance from O to the chord PQ. Okay? And then, because OM is perpendicular to chord, it's a line from center perpendicular to chord. So it will bisect the chord PQ. That is like this. Because OM is perpendicular to chord PQ, therefore, we can have the result PM equals MQ. Okay? And this is line from center perpendicular to chord bisects chord. And they are both equal to 12/2. That is equal to 6 cm. Okay, I just found this part. PM and MQ are both equal to 6 cm. 點解要揾 PM 啊？因為咧，我哋喺 triangle OMP, this is a right angle triangle. It is already given that OM is 2.5, and then we have found PM to be 6 cm. Then we can find the length of OP by using Pythagoras theorem again, right? So in triangle OMP, 嗱呢啲 in 咩 triangle 嗰啲咧，咁你可以唔使寫嘅。咁但係我想 focus， 即係想你 focus 喺呢個三角形嘅時候咧，我就寫埋呢一句咁解啫。OP square is equal to 2.5 square plus 6 square. And this is Pythagoras theorem. Okay? And then using calculator, you may find that OP is equal to 6.5 cm. Okay? Therefore, the radius of the circle is 6.5 cm. That is the answer of part A. Can you follow? Then part B. Find the distance between PQ and RS. So we are going to find the distance between two parallel lines. Again, the distance between two parallel lines will be the perpendicular distance between them. Okay? Which means that in part B, what we are going to find in part B will be the length of MN. Can you see this? MN is the distance between, is the perpendicular distance between RS and PQ. It's okay? 好，呢度得唔得 ？get 得到？我哋而家喺 part E 要揾嘅嘢就係 MN。OK， 好啦 ，MN 揾啦 ，MN belongs to a part of ON. Okay, and we already have this part. ON is 2.5, right? So if we can find ON, then ON minus 2.5 will be the answer. Okay, that is our plan. But how can we find ON? We can also join OR. See that triangle ORN is also a right angle triangle. But OR is the radius of the circle, which has been found in part A to be 6.5 cm, right? Okay? And RN will be half of RS, okay? Because it is also, ON is also a line from center perpendicular to chord. So it will bisect the chord, okay? So this part will be 2.5 cm, this is 6.5 cm, And then we may use the Pythagoras theorem to find ON. And then subtract 2.5 and we answer. Okay, so let's work out the plan. In the diagram, OR is equal to 6.5 cm, or OP is equal to 6.5 cm, because both of them are the radius. Okay, and then because ON is perpendicular to RS, line from center perpendicular to the chord, then we will have bisect. That is RN equals NS. With the same reason, line from center perpendicular to chord. Bisect chord. Okay, and they are both equal to 5/2. That is 2.5 cm. Okay, so let me paste it here first. Wait. So we have OR to be 6.5, RN to be 2.5, and then we will focus on triangle ORN. At 6.5 square is equal to 2.5 square plus ON square. Okay, and this is Pythagoras theorem. And using the calculator, you may find that ON is equal to 6 cm. Okay, and the question asks us to find MN. So MN is equal to ON minus OM, right? And that is equal to 6 minus 2.5. And that will be equal to 3.5 cm. Okay? So the required distance is 3.5 cm. That is the final answer.得唔得？了解到大家？ It's okay. 好，咁我哋新嘢噶咯噃。嗱，剩翻兩題咧，咁我唔花時間講啦，呢度得唔得？咁啊，如果你有問題，做到有問題嘅時候先問我啦，咁樣樣。OK。Okay, let's come back to the textbook. Next section. 好啦，嚟緊咧，我會教今堂啊，我會教多3個 reasons， 3個 reasons， 咁咧係同一個系列嘅，不過你要記晒3個 reasons 嘅，因為呢3個 reasons 咧基本上啊係 DSE 裏邊咧用得最多嗰3個 reasons 嚟嘅，用得最多。OK， 其實講真咧，前面呢紮咧用得比較少嘅。OK， 咁但係嚟緊呢3個 reasons 咧會用得最多嘅。我會教大家點樣睇啊。 好，我畫個 circle 先。好嗱，大家望望喎，唔使望書住，因為咧我要教大家點樣睇隻角。OK， and there are two types of angles in a circle. Okay, it depends on whether the angle point is at the center or at the circumference. It will be like this. So let me do it like this. And for example, if this is the center O, center of the circle is O, and then if we have point A on the circumference and point B also on the circumference. Okay, and then if we join OA and OB, then we will have an angle AOB. OK，angle AOB。好啦，呢一隻咧，我哋叫做 angle at center，which means that the angle point，this point is pointing at the center. Okay, so we call this angle at center. Angle AOB is an angle at center. OK， 冇乜難度係咪？好啦，咁如果嗰隻 angle point 唔係 at center 嘅話咧，可以 at 邊度第二度咧？就係咁樣啦。If the angle point is not at center, it is at circumference, like this. For example, it's AP and BP. This angle APB is an angle. The angle point is on the circumference of the circle. So this angle is called an angle at circumference. Okay? So angle APB is an angle at circumference. 好，呢兩個係兩個 type 嚟嘅，兩個 type 啊。好啦，跟住我就話啦，我哋話我以後啊，之後咧，我都會咁樣講嘅喎。你盡量明白我呢個講法啊。我會話咧，呢個 angle 咧，譬如呢隻 angle 啦，好似隻眼睛咁樣樣。OK， 唔使咁啊，咁樣樣，你眼咁樣。呢隻 angle 咧好似眼睛咁樣樣，然之後咧佢望到嘅視線呢個咧，呢隻角佢望到嘅視線，佢望到邊一個 arc length 咧？呢隻角係咪望到嘅 arc length？個視線望到 arc length 咧，係咪呢個 arc AB 啊？有冇落 get 到我呢度叫講咩？呢隻角啊，呢隻角 angle AOB 望到嗰個 arc length 就係 arc AB。Get this? Okay. And then how about APB? Angle APB 望到你當呢隻眼睛望到嗰個 arc length 係咪都係arc AB？ 呢個 get 到？好啦，咁如果咧，我就話第一個 reason 啊，第一個 reason 就係、是，如果有兩隻角，佢哋望住同一個 arc 嘅，一隻係 angle at center， 一隻係 angle at circumference 嘅話咧，佢哋就會有一個 double 嘅關係嘅，兩倍嘅關係。邊隻大啲啊？你 feel 到邊隻角大啲啊 ？angle at center 大啲啊，定係 angle at circumference 大啲啊 ？angle at center 大啲喎，因為咧。即係好似兩腳咁樣擘得開啲嘅 ，OK， 即係兩腳係擘得開啲啊。跟住 angle circumference 咧擘得冇咁開嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 咁呢一個咧係大啲，呢一個細啲啦。咁兩倍關係嘅話咧，我哋就係咁樣啦。我假設呢個係叫 X 字先啦，呢個係叫 Y 啦。OK， 咁嘅時候咧。Angle at center is equal to double of angle at circumference. Okay? Or angle AOB is equal to 2 times angle APB. Okay? 如果佢係嗱講多次啊，兩隻角都係望住同一個 arc 嘅，一隻係 angle at center， 一隻係 angle at circumference 嘅話咧，咁就會有 double 呢個關係㗎啦。OK？ 好啦。呢個 reason 咧就係咁樣咯喎 ，angle at center twice angle at circumference。OK， 以後你講呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，你就要加多呢個 reason 啦。angle at center twice angle at circumference twice 即係 double 嘅意思啦，係嘛？即係頭先講意思啦。OK， 得唔得？嗱。頭先咧，我其實仲想講一樣嘢嘅就話咧，我咪話有兩種嘅角嘅，兩種嘅角。咁如果有一啲角，佢又唔係 angle at center， 又唔係 angle at circumference 嘅，可以放喺中間，即係圓圈裏邊中間某一個位，咁樣樣嘅。呢一隻咧就冇咩特別嘅，我哋就唔會用到呢一課所學嘅任何 reason 咧去做嘢嘅。OK， 呢一課所有嘅 reasons either 係 for angle at center or angle at circumference 嘅啫。如果中間無端有個 AEB 係只係呢度嘅話咧， 咁你就唔使旨意用到呢一個 reason 啦，得唔得？就可能要用翻咧我哋初中嗰啲三角形嘅 reason 去做嘅。OK， 得唔得？好啦嗱。點解會講到咧？咩望住呢個咁樣咁複雜咁樣嘅咧？好似其實唔好複雜嘅講真 ，OK 就係因為咧呢個 P 咧呢個 P 點咧，其實可能咧會走去呢一度都得嘅，可能會走去呢一度好近個 P， 好近 P 嘅咁樣，可能會變到係咁樣樣嘅喎。即係咧，如果我哋有一個 Q 點，有一個 Q 點喺呢度嘅 ，this is point Q，and then how about A QB. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that? This angle AQB is also looking at this arc AB. Okay， 難唔難睇啊？呢個即係我咁樣去講難，係嘛？睇唔睇到啊？我繼續講啊，我就問緊你咯。難唔難睇？睇唔到。睇到嘛係嘛 ？OK， 好得啦。即係我意思係話咧，隻角睇緊呢個呢樣嘢咧。嗱，如果你 get 到呢一個嘅話咧，其實之後成課咧應該就好簡單㗎啦，得唔得？我想你 get 咗呢一個先，即係隻角係望住呢一個嘅呢一樣嘢，得唔得 ？OK， 咁呢度咧係咪 angle AQB？ 雖然佢歪到咁樣樣嘅，歪到咁樣樣，佢咪都係 looking at arc AB。And then this angle AOB is also looking at RAB. And this one is angle at center. This one is angle at circumference. So they will have the double relationship, the twice relationship. Okay? Which means that angle AOB is also equal to 2 times angle AQB. Okay? With the same reason. Angle at center twice angle at circumference. Can you get this? 得唔得？啊，跟住仲有一個啊，呢一個咧，我覺得會比較比較難去 realize 嘅有陣時啊。OK， 但係如果你用隻眼睛望嗰個 arc 嘅方法嘅話咧，咁又係一樣嘅啫。我哋睇睇呢個咯喎。今次咧有一點係 R 喺呢度嚟嘅 ，R is this one。And then angle ARB is this angle。好啦，你可唔可以話俾我聽？呢一隻 angle ARB 係望緊邊一個 arc 㗎？呢度個視線係咪望緊呢度成個 arc AB？ 呢個 major arc AB， 呢度 get 唔到？係咪 double 啊？同邊隻角有 double relationship 啊？呢個 angle ARB is looking at this major arc AB. Which angle in this diagram is also looking at this major arc AB? 有冇第二隻角？有冇第二隻角？都係望緊呢一個 arc AB 嘅 major arc AB。有一隻嘅。I know that you can't see this. Okay, thank you. 有邊隻啊？其實咧就係呢隻，見到係呢一隻。This reflex angle. This 嗱，不過呢隻眼就即係好辛苦啦。OK， 呢隻眼佢係咬咗180度以外嘅。OK， 呢一隻角咧，係咪都係望佢嘅視線啊？佢視線係咪都係望到呢一個 arc AB major arc AB 嘅 ？OK，and this angle is an angle at center, and this angle ARB is an angle at circumference. So these two will have the double relationship. OK， 記唔記到？我哋當呢一隻咧係 ，so let me call this alpha。啊
擺咗落去啲，睇下先。OK， 算啦。I mean, let me call this alpha, and this one is beta. Okay, because they are both looking at the same arc, and then one of them is angle at center, and the other is angle at circumference. So they will also have the double relationship. In this case, beta will be equal to 2 times alpha. Okay, and using the same reason, angle at center twice angle at circumference. Can you get this? 嗱呢一個咧，的而且確係會比較難認啲嘅，但係你都係保持住嗰個眼睛望呃呢一個 concept 嘅話咧，咁應該都會揾到嘅，得唔得？It's OK。我暫時唔 prove 俾你睇住啦 ，OK。And the reasons will be on the bottom of the next page. That is page 30. Can you see this? So there are 3 different cases here, okay? But each of them are actually using the same concept about angle looking at the same arc, and then one is angle at center, the other is angle at circumference. They will have double relationship, okay? 好，我哋睇一啲題目咯噃。Example 8. Example 8, this one is very easy. So x is an angle at center. It is looking at arc AB. And then 32 degrees is an angle at circumference. And it is also looking at the same arc. So they will have the double relationship. X will be equal to 2 times 32 degrees. Okay, so it will be equal to 64 degrees. That is very easy. Okay, let us do instant rule number 8 together. This one is easy. Instant rule number 8. Angle YOZ is equal to 40 degrees. And the question asks us to find angle YXZ. Okay, YXZ is an angle at circumference. And it is looking at this arc YZ, right? Arc YZ. And this 40 degrees is also looking at the same arc. And it is an angle at center. So it will be double the angle at circumference. Okay, so 40 degrees will be equal to 2 times angle YXZ. With this reason, angle at center twice angle at circumference. Okay, which means that angle YXZ will be equal to 40 degrees over 2. That is 20 degrees. Okay. 得唔得？嗱，你寫出呢一個關係 double 呢個關係嘅時候咧，你就要喺呢一行裏邊咧寫個 reason 㗎啦，唔係計答案嘅時候先寫個 reason 喎，記住啊！寫出呢一個關係嘅時候咧，就要寫個 reason 㗎啦。OK。Okay, example 9. 我睇下個 example 啊。Example 9. So in the figure, OBC is 55 degrees, ACO is 25 degrees. Find angle AOB. AOB. AOB is an angle at center, and it is looking at the arc AB. Okay, this one is looking at the arc AB. Can you find any other angle in the diagram which is also looking at the same arc AB? 有邊一個咧都係望住 arc AB 嘅咧？其實好簡單嘅。嗱，其實根本咧你唔使睇個圖咧，你都知嘅。點解咧？因為個名咧，隻角嘅名咧就會話咗俾你聽㗎啦。而家咧 angle AOB
3個英文字母，即係 angle 即係 angle 乜乜乜嗰3個英文字母咧，一定係 A 乜 B 咁樣嘅。你記唔記得我講咩呢個 ？OK， 而嗰個中間嗰個乜咧，就係喺個 circumference 上面嘅一點嚟嘅。而家咧 angle AOB 就係A 喺頭啦 ，B 喺尾啦嚇。嗰隻嘅 angle 係 circumference 咧 ，angle A 乜 B 喺度，其實呢一個都有選擇嘅。angle ACB， see this angle ACB will be the angle as circumference, which is also looking at the arc AB. Okay,
So they will have the double relationship. That is like this. OK， 好啦，即係話咧，如果我哋揾到 angle ACB 嘅話咧，我哋將佢乘翻2咧，就係答案嚟㗎啦。OK， 嗱，跟住咧仲有一樣嘢喎，就有一樣嘢咧，我哋經常都會漏咗嘅，即係我哋學多啲 reason 嘅時候咧，就會漏咗一個最基本嘅嘢，就係呢一個 circle 裏邊，我哋咧有好多 radius 嘅。OK，all the radius are equal in length. In this case, if OB and OC are radius, right? And then triangle OBC will be an isosceles triangle, which means that the base angles should be equal to each other. Okay? Angle OCB and angle OBC should be equal to 55 degrees. Okay? So we do this first because OC is equal to OB and they are the radii. Therefore, we can have angle OCB equals angle OBC. This is base angles isosceles triangle. And they are both equal to 55 degrees. Okay?
So this angle OCB is 55 degrees, which means that this little part, angle AC boy, should be 55 minus 25.
Okay? So angle ACB is equal to 55 minus 25 degrees, which is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, finally, angle AOB will be equal to 2 times 30 degrees. And this is because of angle at center twice angle at circumference. Okay, so the final answer will be 60 degrees. Can you get this? 得唔得？好，俾你做一做啦。Let's do the instant rule number 9 now. I'll give you 2 minutes. Yes. Okay, have you done? 要小心啲。聽先。嗱，以往有一堂咁樣錯嘅，你幫我 check 自己有冇咁樣錯。呢隻 theta， 呢隻 theta 係咪 angle at circumference 嚟㗎？呢隻 theta 咧，我哋唔當係 angle at circumference， 點解咧？嗱，雖然佢 angle point 係喺個 circumference 上面，但係咧佢兩隻腳咧唔係踩住圓周，係嘛 ？C 係踩住圓周，但係 O 咧唔係踩住圓周嘅。OK， 所以咧，即係如果佢要咁樣落嚟嘅話咧，由呢度開始唔知乜嘢 B、C 咁樣睇嘅時候咧，我哋先當佢係 angle at circumference。記唔記到我講嘅嘢？雖然係一樣，都係 theta 係咪？但係呢度咧 OBC 咧，我哋唔好當佢係 angle at circumference， 即係用嗰啲 reason。OK， 記唔記到？因為咧佢望住呢個 arc 咧，我哋未知道佢呢度係嘛 ？OK， 所以咧唔好當個 theta 係 angle at circumference， 得用唔到啲 reason 嘅。咁可以用咩 reason 喺度？如果要揾 theta 嘅話 ，isosceles triangle 係嘛 ？OK， because triangle OBC is an isosceles triangle. OB equals OC. So this one OCB should also be equal to theta. OK， 咁但係我哋嘅正180度點用咧？嗱，我哋做啲圖形題咧，我成日就話咧有兩種 approach 嘅，兩個方向嘅。第一，如果你可以第一就係由佢叫你揾啲乜嘢嘢，你成日攞度出發開始揾啦。但係如果你冇乜頭緒嘅話咧，我哋就由一啲已知嘅數字開始揾。去到慢慢咧，將呢個題目嘅未知嘅角啊，或者甚至邊長咧，去到逐步去揾晒出嚟。咁你最終就會揾到佢中間嘅 connection。OK， 呢題咧，我哋有一隻 angle at center 180度係咪 ？This angle at center is angle AOB. It is looking at the arc AB. This 110 degrees is looking at this arc, right? And can you find another angle which is also looking at the arc AB, which is angle at circumference? It should be angle ACB. Can you see this? Angle ACB. So these two angles are both looking at the arc AB. One is angle at center, the other is angle at circumference. So they will have the double relationship. So we have 110 degrees is equal to 2 times angle ACB. This is angle at center twice angle at circumference. Okay, which means that angle ACB should be 110 divided by 2, which is 55 degrees. Okay, so we have found that this angle is 55 degrees. And now we have sufficient information. Now, OC boy is 15 plus 55. So theta can be found by isosceles triangle. Now, because O boy is equal to OC, therefore we can say that angle O boy C is equal to angle OC boy. This is base angles isosceles triangle. But angle O boy C is theta. And then OC boy is 15 plus 55 degrees. So it will be 70 degrees. OK 得唔得呢度 ？OK 嗬。好嗱，我暫時都可以慢慢嚟先啊！我希望大家咧，即係啲 concept 係好清嘅 ，OK？ 因為呢啲係純講邏輯嘅 topic 嚟嘅 ，OK？ So let's continue tomorrow. Stand up. Goodbye, class.